Before we get into today's video, guys, I want to talk about Dank Ritual. Dank Ritual is a partner we have with Playmats. They have a new line of Playmats called Covenant. These Playmats feel amazing. They're pretty close to the V1, and they feel great. The way cards slide across them feel great, and they look great. These are the only two designs they have at the moment, but they're definitely going to have more mats coming soon. Also, if you guys do decide you want to get one of these mats, I highly recommend it. Make sure you use code GUU10, that's GUU10 at checkout, and that'll get you 10% off. Again, guys, it's GUU, GUU10 for 10% off your purchase. Let's get right into the video.
Hey guys, it's Logan with Team Nightmare, previous GUU Gamer. Still love the boys, but we played at a case tournament today, and I punted in the finals against Nick. So first shout out to Team Nightmare, shout out to Pyramid, and other sponsors I can't remember right now. They're probably on the shirt somewhere, but I'm very tired and I'm sorry. Shout out to Tyler Potter for this. He only owes you $30 now, and I don't owe you anything because this is mine now. Because you're not this bay. Shout out to Gage for realizing adventure cards suck, and the reason I'm doing shout outs before is because no one watches the end of the videos. Let's go ahead and get into the deck. 3 Aliber. I play 3 instead of 2 because you have a higher chance to draw it. But also, I don't play Brave cards. And I think Brave cards aren't that good because you're basically playing 9 copies of Cult by the Grave, is what I explained to Gage at 4 a.m. and he did not listen to me and did not have a good time. 3 Fallen Outbass. You want to draw this, you can play through cards like Ash Blossom. It's also a good going second card. Believe it or not, the engine can actually break Scythelock, which a lot of people don't know. So if you draw like combinations of opening plus Fallen Outbass, you actually break like a negate with Scythelock, which I can explain when I get to it. So 2 Tragedy because I didn't want to draw multiple, so I decided to cut it to 2. It was fine at 2. Ad lib, Dramaturge, you have to play this because it allows opening to negate Wonder Magician to stop Scythelock. Because you activate opening, summon this. You know, if they negate it with Baron, okay, then all you need is Branded Fusion, Fallen Outbass, whatever. You need one of your 1 card going to the extra deck and make Mirror Jade, which is pretty easy to accomplish. So yeah, you have to play that card. It's mandatory in my opinion. It's also really good against Sword Soul. And 3000 attack. Albion, this is different. I play Ecclesia instead of Snow. I felt like you usually don't really need the 7th point of interaction. And this card has like Fox came up with this, or he didn't come up with the idea, but he came up with like calling this card Sinister Serpent in this deck because you can add it back and then you can use it for Chimera, and it's kind of like using like Sinister Serpent for Graceful Charity. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool comparison. I thought it was cool. Mercourier. This card's just the best hand trap in the game. Not actually, but it's searchable. It's really good. 3 Chains, not 2 Chains. 2 Patchwork. I decided to cut this to 2 because I decided to play the field spot. I didn't want to draw too many fusions. So, yeah. And then 2 Polymerization. Yeah, that's standard.
I hate him. I hate him so
3
much.
Branded Fusion. If this card resolves, you win the game. 3 Opening. This card doesn't only summon Aliber, it also can stop Scythelock. It can also do a couple of other things, like get a monster on board so you can Chimera people, which is cool. And 2 Branded Red. This card can also help you play around Scythe because you can activate this, discard a Despia monster, then still during the like standby, you can activate this, add back that, and Chimera them before you even go into man phase, so they don't even have a chance to trigger it, which is pretty cool. So like you can add this off of Aliber and still be in the standby. I should explain that better. Branded Loss. This card's insane. A lot of people don't understand like the interactions with this card, like being able to like chain like Branded Red to your fusion summons so your opponent cannot respond to this. It's really good. It like literally turns Branded Red into like super like not like super play as in you take your opponent's board, but super play as in they cannot respond to it, which is really cool. It also has the best hand trap in the game. I play the fill spell because sometimes you want a searchable polymerization off of Aliber, but also I try to end my board with Aliber Engrave, Masquerade, Mirror Jade with this on board. And when you do that, it's literally almost impossible to out because if they out the Masquerade, you can bring back the Masquerade. Also, Aliber comes back, negates a monster. And if they out Aliber, then you bring back your Mirror Jade. It's just a lot to get through, even if they stop the Branded Red. 3 Allure, worst card in my deck by far. Too many people are playing Droll. I would definitely cut this. This card was just not great. These cards were insane today. I decided to like just try to draw board breakers. because a lot of the Punk Adventure decks don't Scythe during the standby because they have to pop Yazi to do the Herald combo, and if they do that, they're not popping Scythe. So you just draw this with Aliber and you fuse away their Dagda. It's great. And then, or like you can do it with any Despia, Mantra, Tragedy, whatever. And then Call by the Grave is the 40th card. We decided to play 40 cards because I just thought like the deck's just so powerful when it works, and like why add extra cards to make it inconsistent. So, yeah. Extra deck, 2 Mirror Jade, standard, 2 little belly on. Should be standard. Some people cut it to 1, but they don't understand that like if this card gets stopped, you can actually just lose the grind game against a lot of decks. So that's something. You probably can cut it to 1. It's just I'm just too scared to be honest. I use that card a lot. 3 Albion. This should be mandatory. 2 Masquerade. This card's really good. I made it a couple times. Chimera 2, this should be mandatory at 2. A lot of time in the grind, whenever you, especially whenever like you can't get to Albaz or whatever, you can just play like Chimera Control with like Branded Red and stuff, and actually just beat them, which is pretty cool. Quartus, this card's insane. A lot of people just don't know it has the effect that gets something out from deck. This guy, I felt like if I played against Dragon Link, I could just fuck him up. Other than that, I can have Polymerization, which is cool. Glory Dragon, insane, and then Draco Stapelia, standard. Side deck, 3 Nibiru. I felt like people would not play against Nibiru against my non-hand trap deck, and it worked. Played against Fox, he went hard, I dropped a rock on him. I love you, Fox.
That's a big deal.
3 talents. I decided, so I was gonna, at first I was trying to play like cross out in the side deck because I don't really, I want to try cross out more, but right now I don't really like cross out going second because it keeps you from breaking board some of the time. Because if they just put up multiple negations, cross out doesn't really work with your hand very well, right? But the card is very strong going first, so I wanted to put a card like that in the side deck. I just didn't find room. I wanted to try out talents because it's also a good going second card against some of the more mid-range decks. This card was very bad today. Not to say this card is bad, it just wasn't good for me today. But that is some more testing. It probably should have been crossed out, to be honest. 3 evenly. And a Harpy's Feather Duster. This is probably wrong. These probably should be twins. But I kind of felt like I had this theme with my deck, right? I had like Tactics as a blowout card, Super Poly, Droplet, Evenly Match, Harpy's Feather Duster, Nibiru, Dark Ruler. I was really just trying to blow people out today. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't use this today. I used this. This card was nice. I used this one time because I only drew it one time, and this card I used and it was horrible. The cards I did use, this is the best card in my side deck, which is comedy, bro. Played against 2 Eldritch. They skill drained me, messed them up with this card. This card also has a secret effect where it can just stop Impermanent Veiler on Despia, or on Aliber, sorry, and the target your Despia monster. And then with it, I would usually bring in Branded Banishment, because usually whatever deck you bring this in against, this is usually good. If you make Mirror Jade and dump this, you can use the Mirror Jade effect, and then you tribute, like you could set this instead of Branded Red, like if you couldn't get to Adlib. So you send this instead, like to play around hand traps. And you can use the Mirror Jade, then like, for example, use this effect, tribute the Mirror Jade, activate this, bring back the Mirror Jade, and you have a body to fuse away their board, and then you still have a Mirror Jade on board. So it's pretty, like these cards kind of like work really well together, which is really cool. So yeah, that's the deck. I really like Despia. I don't know if it's the deck I'm going to be playing going into Nats or not, but I definitely think that the Board Breakers is a very good idea. I feel like a lot of people just fold to those cards. Like, it's really hard to play around anti-spell and stuff in these decks. Like, yeah, you can bring in like Cosmic and stuff, but a lot of the time Cosmic doesn't line up well against like the decks that you're bringing it in against just for anti-spell. And a lot of people are cutting D-barriers. So I think just playing the blowout cards and hoping them not to have anti-spell is a pretty good strategy. And the deck was really good all day. So yeah, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more video, guys. Peace. Wait. Do not click off the video. I almost forgot a very specific, like, important detail about my deck. So this nice Sunny D playmat, this top would not be possible without your boy, Dalton James Oaks. James. He handed me this play mat in my time of need. I forgot my team play mat at home. It was sitting on my bed. And he hooked me up with this Sunny D looking mat. It was beautiful. The fanning on this mat is top of the line. Konami's really knocked it out of the park with this one. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, guys. Peace.